Good morning, everyone. Well, today is the day for our much anticipated winter storm in Iowa, and I do think eventually everyone is going to see snow, but there are definitely going to be some seeing more snow than others, because we're not just talking about a chance of snow today, but a chance of rain as well. In fact, that's already the case. 8 a.m. this morning, notice in the eastern half of the state, it is scattered rain showers. Now, maybe a little bit of light snow mixing in already in Mason City, but Waterloo, Davenport, not a guarantee you're going to see precipitation for the morning commute. There are gaps, and it is most likely going to be rain. But in the western half of the state, that's where the widespread activity has already moved in, and it is mostly snow. Lots of light to moderate snow and pockets of heavy snow. So from Des Moines on over to the west, looking like a good morning to give yourself an extra few minutes to get to work or school with reduced visibility and some snow-covered roads. Now, the peak of the activity today across Iowa is going to be late morning through the early afternoon hours. Remember, green, all rain, the purple, the rain-snow mix, both occurring simultaneously, and the blue, all snow. And as is indicated by those dark shades of blue, pockets of heavy snow, lots of light to moderate snow, pockets of heavy snow. So now heavy snow possibility by 11 a.m., Mason City, Waterloo, but it still looks like all rain for the Quad Cities. So let's keep an eye on when this transition to snow is going to occur in other locations. And now we're looking at 2 o'clock. Again, widespread activity across the state. And for the northern half of the state, it looks like all snow. Well, look at that rain-snow mix. Now, I do think by 2 o'clock, we're talking about the possibility of snow in the Quad Cities. And look at the transition. I mean, north of the Quad Cities, all snow, could be all rain, south Quad Cities, and rain and snow occurring simultaneously at 2 o'clock in Davenport, Moline. Do have to mention a difference in winds today. In the western part of the state, around Sioux City, winds only around 10 miles per hour. But as you go to east, more and more wind. And you get to Dubuque, Davenport, Moline, definitely breezy. Gusts around 25 miles per hour. So now we're going to look at 5 o'clock, and notice the gap starting to show up now in the southwestern part of the state. But for the central and eastern part of the state in particular, still in the widespread activity. Still lots of light to moderate snow. The northern half state, pockets of heavy snow. And notice Quad Cities still in that rain snow mix. So I think now by 5 o'clock, more on the snow side instead of the rain side in the Quad Cities. So I do think the homebound commute, unlike the morning commute in the Quad Cities, going to be impacted, going to be slowed down. Yes, it still could be some rain coming in, but I'm leaning more on the snow side right now, and definitely impacts Waterloo, Mason City, the snow-covered roads, snow still coming down. So a mess, but maybe looking better compared to the morning commute in the southwestern part of the state and on up to Sioux City. So as we go through tonight, improving conditions from west to east. Now notice at 8 o'clock, we're still talking about widespread activity for the eastern third of the state, eastern Iowa. Central Iowa now scattered, mostly snow showers, but you notice that rain-snow mix to the south. And really by 8 o'clock, it looks like just isolated snow showers and flurries in the western part of the state. So when is it all going to come to an end? 11 o'clock, I think that's when it's going to come to an end in western Iowa. Isolated activity in central Iowa. Still got to mention the scattered rain and snow showers. So I think at this point, mostly snow for eastern Iowa. By 2 a.m., I think done. Central Iowa, we've already been done in western Iowa, but for eastern Iowa, Iowa City, Burlington, Quad Cities, Dubuque, still got to mention isolated snow showers and flurries through the rest of the overnight hours, but just in time for the morning commute tomorrow. We are completely dry across the state and back to uniform winds now, no matter where you are in the state. Gusts around 15 miles per hour, call it a light breeze. All right, snow totals. Who's the big winner? That looks like it's going to be in the northeastern part of the state. We're talking about snow totals 4 to 5 inches being common, including around Dubuque. And I'm not going to rule out in the most northeastern part of the state, a couple of spots maybe seeing up to 6 inches. It is a possibility. Now, you get to Mason City, Waterloo, Iowa City, looks like 3 to 4 inches of snow. And very interesting around the Quad Cities. You know, for Davenport and Moline, I'm thinking 2 to 3 inches, but just north of the Quad Cities, you know, you get to DeWitt and Clinton, could very well be 3 to 4 inches of snow. And then just south of the Quad Cities, more likely to be just 1 to 2 inches. Then look at Burlington. just a dusting to an inch. Des Moines, 3 to 4 inches. Fort Dodge, 2 to 3, then it drops to just 1 to 2 inches. Denison and Sioux City, and just a dusting to an inch around the Omaha area.